Okay, so again, good morning mga anak. Since it is a holiday today, so excuse yung mga hindi makakapasok sa ating online class. Pero, ire-record ko yung presentation natin ngayon para at least magamit nila later on kapag medyo hindi nila maintindihan yung ating lesson. So, I will upload this in my YouTube channel. Then, I will send the link sa ating GC. Okay, so welcome to our week 3 lesson. So we have here earthquake and seismic waves. Okay, so guys, any idea what is a seismic waves? Okay, before we will proceed, what is seismic waves? Yes, Faith.
Ma'am, types of measurement. Ma'am, yung pinang-measure.
Okay, ito ba yung pinang-measure? Okay, thank you, Faith. How about the others?
Ma'am,
What
waves
is
po, ma'am.
this? Yes, Simon?
Ma'am, waves po, ma'am, ng earthquake. Ma'am, yung vibration po, ma'am, ng earth.
Okay, so thank you, Simon. So when we say seismic waves, these are the waves created through earthquakes. Okay, the waves of an earthquake, sabi nga nila. Thank you, John. Simon. Okay, let's proceed. So, seismic waves carries energy from an earthquake away from the focus through Earth's interior and across the surface. So that's our seismic waves. This is the waves carried by an earthquake. Siyempre, away from the focus through the Earth's interior and across the surface of the Earth. Okay. So here, we have here the parts of an earthquake. So an earthquake, again, is the shaking that results when rocks move inside the earth, right? So an earthquake is caused by stress along fault. We learned that in our lesson last week, right? Okay, so stress increases until the rocks break and release the stored energy. Okay, so that's how an earthquake occurs. So here, we have here the first part of our seismic wave or our earthquake. Ayan, so dapat malaman muna natin tong mga to. So we have here the focus. Okay, Crizia, Joey, Javier, kindly read what is a focus or what is the focus of an earthquake. Yes, Crizia.
The point below the surface where the rock breaks and energy is released. This is where the earthquake occurred.
Okay, thank you, Crizia. So that's our focus. That's the point where the earthquakes first, okay, or that's the area or the place where the first rocks break. Diyan nagsimula yung ating breaking of rocks. So that's our focus. It is where the earthquake occurred. And, okay, often, nasaan si focus natin? It is located below the surface of the earth. So if we will look on our picture here, ayan. So nasaan yung ating focus? Andito siya sa gitna. So ibig sabihin, on this site, on that point, diyan nagsimula yung breaking ng rocks. Diyan nagsimula yung ating earthquake. Okay, next, let's proceed. We have here the fault. Yes, Junior Dizon. What is fault? Kindly read the meaning of fault. Junior Dizon, kanino yan? Sino yan? Ay, nawala. Yes. Yes. Ay, nag-left si Kwan. Nawala siguro yung kanyang net. Yes, Beatricia. Kindly read.
As soon as the rock breaks, there is movement along the broken surface, causing a split in the surface.
Okay. So, when we say fault, that's the broken surface. That's the fractured, right? The fractured part of the rocks. Okay, alam natin yan. We learned that in our first week lesson. So, fault is there is a movement along the broken surface causing a fracture or a split in the surface. So that's our fault. Ayan, yung ating fault. So if you look on the picture, yung nakikita nyong pinaka-split or fracture sa gitna, yan yung ating fault. Then, the epicenter. Okay? Jancel, kindly read what is an epicenter is. Nag-left the group, baka nawala yung net nila. Okay, yes, Ira. Yes, Ira, kindly read.
The seismic waves from an earthquake are usually the strongest at the epicenter. This is the point on the surface right above the focus.
Okay, so when we say epicenter, if you look on the arrow, that's the point on the surface right above the focus. Okay. Ayan. So kung babalikan natin yung picture, bakit kusa siyang na lumipat? Ayan. So if this is the focus, mga anak, nasa loob yan ng Earth natin, okay? Directly above the focus. Yan. That is our epicenter. Okay, so sa mga balita, right, sa news, actually, ang binabalita nila is not the focus, but the epicenter of the earthquake. Diba? Yung lugar kung saan nangyari yung earthquake. That's the epicenter. That's the point on the surface right above the focus. So, example, the epicenter, sabi ng news, the epicenter of an earthquake is located in Baguio, parang ganon. So, directly below the epicenter, nandun naman yung ating focus. Ayan. So, yung naririnig natin sa radio or napapanood natin sa balita, na lugar kung saan nangyari yung earthquake is actually the epicenter. Okay? Next. So earthquakes causes waves. Take note of that. And that is what we call seismic waves or yung tinatawag nating earthquake waves to travel through Earth. So seismic waves carries energy released by the rocks. So, we have here two types of seismic waves, body waves and surface waves. Any idea what's the difference between body waves and surface waves? May idea ba tayo kung ano yung pagkakaiba ng body waves and surface waves natin?
Ma'am, yung surface wave po ba parang sa taas po? Hindi po ako sure.
Okay, so thank you, Ira. You have a point. So sabi ni Ira, when we say surface waves, it happens on the surface of the earth. Yan ba yung gusto mong sabihin, Ira?
Yes po, ma'am.
Okay. So, tignan natin later on. Yes, Pia?
Ma'am, body waves po can travel through Earth's inner layer po, but yung surface po can only move along the surface of the planet po.
Okay, yan. So, very good, Pia, Trisha. Di ba? Parang may point si Ira sa surface wave. And kinompleto naman ngayon nito ni Pia, Trisha. So, according to Pia, Trisha, body waves happens in the inner part of the Earth, right? And then, surface waves naman It happens in the surface of the Earth. Okay, so tingnan natin. So here, we have here, aside from the two main types of seismic waves, we have the body waves and the surface waves. Body waves is again classified into two, likewise with surface waves. So, under body waves, we have the so-called P waves and S waves. Then under surface waves, we have love waves and Rayleigh waves. So, ano kayong mga pagkakaiba ng mga to? So, we have here body waves. So, when we say body waves, tama kanina si Tia Tricia. So, it happens in the interior part of the Earth. Right? Pag surface, from the word surface naman, it happens dun sa surface ng Earth natin. Ayan. So, under body waves, we have the first kind of body waves. We have the primary waves. Or yun, pinaka-common name niya, the P waves. The P waves is also known as compressional or compression wave. Yan. So, ano yung movement niya? So, if you look at the picture, ayan, so, yung part na magkakadikit, yung waves natin, that's the compression part of the wave. Right? Yung medyo magkakalayong part, that's the dilatation part of the waves. Okay, then the normal or the undisturbed medium. So, here, have you ever heard a big clap of thunder and heard the windows rattle at the same time? Narinig nyo na ba? Parang may thunder tapos yung mga glasses natin parang nag-rattle sila at the same time.
Yes po.
Ayan. Ayun. So, the windows rattle is because the sound waves were pushing and pulling on the window glass. Much like P waves push and pull on rocks. Ayan, so parang naghihilaan lang yung mga rocks natin. So, sometimes animals can hear the P waves of an earthquake. Usually, we only feel the bump and rattle of these waves. Kaya nga, di ba, yung mga matatanda nun, mayroon silang mga pangitain like that na, pag lumalabas daw yung mga ants sa loob ng earth, may darating na may earthquake like that. Yan. So actually, some of the animals is keen observers of those waves created by the earth. Okay, may mga scientific basis yung mga yan. Okay, so P waves. So ito yung mga kailangan nating tandaan about kay P waves. So it moves out from the Earth's focus, the point where energy is released. So take note of that. Lagi namang nag-start focus. Then it will moves away from the focus na. Ayan. So if you look on the picture, yun, direction of the waves. Next. So the P waves travel the fastest of the three waves. Or correction please, of the two waves. The P wave, if we will get the difference between P waves and S waves, according to their speed, mas mabilis mag-travel si P waves kesa kay S waves. And other type of seismic waves. So, siya yung pinakamabilis. It moves, take note of this, it moves through solid and liquid layers of the earth. So, kaya niyang mag-move from crust to mantle to core, or vice versa, from core to mantle to crust. Ayan. So, kaya niyang mag-travel sa solid, mapa, liquid. So, primary waves push and pull rocks, creating a back and forth, side-to-side motion in the direction of the wave is moving. So, primary waves is also known as is a type of longitudinal waves. Yan. Next, how about the S waves? The S waves are also known as the secondary waves. Another term niyan is the transverse waves. So yun yung mga pangalan niya. S waves or secondary waves or the transverse waves. That's the second type of body waves. Okay, which is actually, ito yung nafe-feel natin during an earthquake. Okay, si primary waves kasi hindi natin masyado siya nafe-feel. Okay? Si body waves yan, talagang nararamdaman na natin yung movement niya. Okay, so S waves move rocks up and down. So if you look on the picture, yung movement ngayon ni S waves is up and down. Okay? Like a wave passing through a rope when you flick it. Right? Kung imaginin natin, siguro naglalaro naman tayo ng rope. Pag flick natin, yung movement ngayon ng rope is up and down. Right? S waves move or travel more slowly than P waves but do more damage. So kung titingnan natin yung kanilang speed, P waves travel faster than S waves, right? Mas mabagal si S waves eh. Pero in terms of the damage done, mas maraming damage yung nagagawa ni S waves kesa kay P waves. Okay? Then, another one, S waves can only go through solid rocks. So, that's another difference. So, ang P waves natin, kaya niyang mag-travel sa solid and liquid. Samantalang si S waves, saan lang siya pwedeng mag-travel? Sa solid rock lang siya pwedeng mag-travel. Okay, so that is our S waves. So, any question regarding P waves and S waves, mga anak?
Wala na po.
Mabilis ba akong mag-discuss?
Medyo.
Medyo. Ayan. So, if we will review the difference between P waves tsaka S waves, sinong mas mabilis mag-travel sa kanila? The P waves or the S waves?
Ma'am, P
Ma'am, the
waves.
P waves.
Okay, P waves.
waves
How about, correct, P waves. How about in terms of the damage?
Ma'am, S
S
waves.
waves.
S waves, correct. S waves do more damage than the P waves. Okay. How about their movement? Pag sinabi nating side to side, back and forth, kanino yon?
Ma'am, back and forth
Ma'am,
yung
P
S
waves.
wave.
Ma'am, P waves
Ha?
po yung back and forth.
Waves
Oh, side by side or back and forth, P waves. Pag sinabi nating up and down movement of
Ma'am,
rocks,
S waves.
Ma'am, S waves.
ang gagaling nyo naman pala, S waves. Very good. How about when we say it travels through solid and liquids?
Ma'am,
Ma'am,
P
Ma'am,
waves.
P waves.
P waves po.
P waves. Okay, it only travels through solid.
Ma'am, S waves.
S waves.
Oh, very good. S waves. Ayan, kahit mabilis pala akong mag-discuss, naiintindihan ninyo. Very good. Okay, next, let's proceed. So, we have now the second type of waves, the surface waves. So, when we say surface waves, from the word surface, ang keyword na natin dyan is surface. So, it happens, yan, yung may red line dyan, it happens through the surface of the earth. Okay, yan. Pag nangyari na yung earthquake, nakarating na siya sa surface of the earth. Okay, so we have here now the surface waves. So, surface waves are combination of P waves and S waves that travel along Earth surface. Surface waves are the slowest. Okay, take note of that. Seismic waves. So, ano yung pinakamabilis? P waves, the S waves, then Pinakamabagal si surface
Surface waves.
wave. Yes, ayan. But, okay, they do the most damage. Okay, bakit kaya? Why? Pinakamabagal siya man, pero bakit mas nakakagawa siya ng mas madaming damage? Bakit kaya?
Ma'am, kasi po, combination po siya ng P waves and S waves.
Okay, yan. Combination na ni P waves tsaka ni S waves. Tsaka mostly nasaan ba yung mga buildings natin, bridges, nasaan ba yung mga yon, 'di ba? Nasa surface waves. Okay, dun sa inner part of the earth wala naman masyadong madadamage doon, right? Okay, yun lang, yung mga rocks lang natin. Samantalang sa surface, madaming pwedeng madamage. So, they do the most damage among the two earlier type of waves, the P waves and S wave. Kung kukunin natin, kung i-compare natin siya. So, siya yung pinaka-malaki yung damage. Because they make the ground roll like the ocean. So, the first type of surface wave is the love waves. Mapagmahal na waves. So, that's the first kind of surface wave. And it is named after AEH love. Actually, talagang ginanyan ko yung name niya, si AEH. Okay, naka-abbreviate siya because it will be your assignment to give me the full name of the one who named love waves. Okay, so ano yung assignment nyo? Kompletohin nyo yung pangalan niya. Okay, so siya si EAH Love. So, it is a British mathematician who worked out the mathematical model for this kind of wave in 1911. Si Ira. Yes, Ira?
Ma'am, isesend po ba sa inyo or ipapasa na lang po sa pasahan po?
I-send nyo sa akin sa messenger, anak. Okay lang ba? Pero pag wala, isabay nyo doon sa ating module 3 answer sheets, week 3 answer sheets. Sa dulo. Ay, may nag-send na agad. Very good. Okay, may nag-send na. Pero hindi ko muna i-reveal kasi assignment nyo yan. Ayan. So, here, actually, ang love, yun yung kanyang apelyido. Ang ganda naman ang apelyido niya, no? Love. Ayan. So, isa siyang mathematician. Okay? So, love waves is the fastest. Comparing love and Rayleigh wave naman, siya naman yung pinakamabilis. Okay? So, it is the fastest surface waves and moves the ground. Oy, dalawa na yung nag-send. Very good. Okay. And moves the ground from side to side. Okay. So, ano yung movement ng love wave natin? Okay. It moves the ground side to side. Okay. So, that's our love waves. Okay. How about Rayleigh waves? So, Rayleigh waves is that, hindi ko siya, wala na. Dapat ito, ekwan din, assignment nyo din, nabuo ko pala yung pangalan, hindi ko na-edit. Hindi ko na-save yung edited name niya, sorry. So, sige, hindi na ito assignment, na-reveal na. Ayan, so Rayleigh waves is the other kind of surface waves, okay, named after John William Strutt, Lord Rayleigh, who mathematically predicted the existence of this kind of wave in, okay, mas matagal ito, 1885. So, Rayleigh waves rolls along the ground. So, kung titignan natin yung picture, ano yung movement ni Rayleigh waves? Para siyang nagro-roll. Ayan, so rolls around the ground just like a wave rolls across a lake or an ocean. Because tatlo na, nagbigay na sa akin ng tamang sagot. Because it rolls, it moves the ground up and down and side to side in the same direction that the wave is moving. So most of the shaking felt from an earthquake is due to Rayleigh wave, which can be much larger than the other waves. Okay, so that's the movement of surface waves. So if we will look the difference between the lava waves and Rayleigh waves, who do the most damage? Sino kaya ang pinaka nagko-cause ng damage? Is it
Ma'am,
the
Rayleigh.
lava waves or the Rayleigh waves?
Ma'am, Rayleigh Waves.
Okay, very good. The Rayleigh waves. Siya yung mas nagko-cause ng damage. Kung irarank natin from pinakamahina hanggang sa pinakamalakas na mag-cause ng damage. Ayan, ang dami na nagsisend sa akin ng tamang sagot. Okay, very good. Kung irarank natin, si P-Waves, si S-Waves, si Love, tsaka si Rayleigh, ano yung arrangement nila mula sa pinakamahina hanggang sa pinakamalakas ang damage?
Ma'am,
Yes?
P-Waves, S-Waves, Love Waves, tapos Rayleigh Waves po.
Okay, very good, Faith. Yan, so pinakamahina si P-Waves, sunod si S-Waves, medyo si Love, ang nakakagawa ng malaking damage is si Rayleigh Waves. Very good. Okay, so that's all about Rayleigh Waves. Okay, so if we will again see the difference ng S-waves tsaka kay P-waves, transverse waves, samantalang si P-waves, longitudinal siya, right? Okay? Slow-moving si S-waves compare kay P-waves, mas mabilis. Then, S-waves, it travels through solids only, while P-waves, it travels through liquids and solids. Okay. Are you familiar with this, anak? Familiar ba tayo dito?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so this is a seismograph or sabi nga nila seismograph. O sige na nga. Yan. So that's the instrument that detect and measure seismic waves. That is, yan nga si seismograph. They originally were a weight and a pen suspended over a moving drum. Ayan. So kung makikita natin, so we have here the weight. Yan. Ito yung weight natin. Yan yung pabilog na yan. Sa dulo niyan, yun yung pen. Ayun, yun yung pen. So yung nagsusulat. Okay. So seismograph or the seismograph, that's the tracing on the drum. So the tracing on the drum is what we call the seismogram. Yung mismong nakikita natin na yan, para siyang heartbeat. Yan yung tinatawag naman nating seismogram or the seismogram. Okay? So the different types of waves make different tracing on the seismogram or seismogram. So, pag maliliit lang, paano nila kina-classify kung P waves ba siya or S waves? So, kapag medyo maliit lang, that's P waves. Kasi ibig sabihin, it generates in the inner part of the earth. Okay? Hindi masyadong ma-detect. Pero kapag surface waves, ibig sabihin malapit na, nasa surface na kasi siya. Mas malalaki yung waves na nakre-create niya. Okay, so that's the difference of P wave and S wave as shown in the seismogram. Okay? Yan. So this is an example of a seismograph, okay, installed dun sa Earth's surface natin. Ayan, ito yung ating seismogram naman. Ayan, so sa tingin mo, sa tingin nyo, if you look on the seismogram, may earthquake ba o wala? Meron ba?
Meron, ma'am.
Ayan, meron. Very good, meron. Ayan, so that's it. So, again, let's review. Okay? So, si A at saka si B, nasaan si S waves dyan? Si A ba or si B?
Ma'am, si B.
Lance. Okay, yes, Lance. Lance?
Ma'am B.
Correct. Ayan. So, si B, up and down ang movement. How about P waves? Other hands, please. Tara.
Ma'am, si A po.
Ayan. Very good. Letter A, si P waves. Next, how about this one? P waves. So, we have here on the left side, the type of the wave. Then on the right side, that's the effect of the waves. Okay? Shakes building from side to side. Shakes. Ha?
P waves po.
Ayan, side to side. Correct. P waves. Shakes building violently up and down.
Ma'am,
S
waves.
S waves. Very good. And syempre, natitira na lang, causes buildings to roll like an ocean, which makes them break more easily.
Ma'am, surface
Ma'am,
wave.
surface
wave po.
Very good. Surface waves. Okay, next. What is, so just raise your right hand if you want to answer the question. What is the difference between body waves and surface waves? Okay, ang unang nagtaas ng kamay ay si Zaimon. Sige, Zaimon, go. What's the difference between the body and surface waves? Yes, Simon?
Ma'am, yung body waves po, ma'am, sa interior, ma'am. Tapos yung surface po sa exterior po ng Earth.
Yan, sa surface na. Very good. Thank you. May other way pa ba to give the difference between body waves and surface waves? Thank you, John. Simon? Meron pa ba? Who do more damage? The body or the surface waves?
Yung surface wave.
Ma'am, surface wave.
Ma'am,
Very
surface.
good.
Ma'am, yung
Very good. Okay, very good. Surface waves. Next question. What is the difference between love waves and Rayleigh waves? In terms of speed, in terms of damage, in terms of the medium where they move or travels like that. Okay, yes, Faith.
Ma'am, Rayleigh waves do most damage than love waves.
Okay, very good. Okay, how about the other? Pia. Pia, Trisha. Yes?
Ma'am, love waves move faster po and yung relay waves po cause the ground to shake in an elliptical pattern po.
Okay, thank you. Elliptical pattern or yung it rolls. Para siyang umiikot. Very good. Okay, meron pa ba? Other difference between love and Rayleigh? Wala na. Okay. Another one, hindi ko lang nailagay dyan. What is the difference naman between P waves and S waves? P waves and S waves? Yes. Other hands, please. Sila na lang may points sa recitation natin. Giro Luis Simpliciano.
Ma'am, P waves travels to liquid and solid, and S waves travel only in solid po.
Correct. Very good, Giro. How about the effect? Yung effect naman nila, sino ang mas do more damage? Do more damage. Dennis? Yes, Dennis?
Ma'am, S waves do more damage than P waves po.
Okay, correct. Who moves faster? The P waves or the S waves?
Ma'am, the P waves po.
Oh, very good. The P waves. Okay, so guys, I think you already learned the lessons today. Dahil dyan sa mga sagot nyo, very good, very active kayo ngayon. Yan, so any question with regards to what we had learned today? Yes, Christiana?
Ma'am, pwede po magpasad ng PowerPoint mamaya.
Yes, anak.